Hi, hi. This is Dr. Stack again. I'm thinking about this because this has been a major kind of a puzzle, piece of the puzzle that I've been trying to understand for years. And it's the title of this video is How Ireland Silenced Whistleblowers: The Hidden Weakening of the Protective Disclosures Act. In Ireland, whistleblowers were promised protection. The Protective Disclosures Act was meant to shield ordinary workers and citizens who spoke out against corruption, abuse, or wrongdoing. But here's the truth: the system has been hollowed out, and the consequences for democracy are huge. So I mean, this is mind-blowing. The big changes came with the creation of the Commissioner for Protective Disclosures. Sounds good, right? This is where I was shocked, really. An independent officer will look closer. The Commissioner cannot refer disclosures to the court. That's the main thing. The Commissioner has no power to follow up what happens after disclosure is handed over to a relevant authority. Together, this means no enforcement, no accountability, no guarantee of justice. What does this mean for ordinary workers? It means if you see corruption in your workplace, you risk your job, your health, your livelihood, and the law won't protect you. Employers and authorities can simply delay, deflect, or declare, not my jurisdiction. And here's the catch: it isn't even clear if the Commissioner has the power to send that disclosure anywhere else. The courts, the one place that would compel accountability, have been cut out entirely. And maybe that's why, according to the Irish Independent, Ireland sends more complaints to the EU about mistreatment of whistleblowers than almost any other country in Europe, because the protections are in practice an illusion. This isn't just a workplace issue, it's about democracy. A healthy democracy needs transparency, accountability, and protection for dissent. Without them, wrongdoing flourishes in the shadows. Ordinary citizens are silenced, corruption goes unchallenged, and the message that workers to clear: keep quiet or pay the price. So this would agree with the sense of a culture of silence getting worse and worse in a lot of areas of the workplace. In France, Germany, and the Netherlands, whistleblowing authorities must follow up, must investigate, and must keep the reporting person informed. In Ireland, no teeth, no tracking, no recourse to the courts. The system is designed not to protect the whistleblowers, but to contain them. So the story is, Ireland took one of the strongest whistleblowing laws in Europe and stripped of it of power. The Commissioner's office became a bottleneck, not a safeguard. And nobody shouted stop, not politicians, not the media, not even the courts, because the amended act was never referred to them for review. That's not bad law. That's a direct threat to accountability, to transparency, and the health of Irish democracy. If you care about truth, transparency, and protection for workers, subscribe for more investigations. Well, that's enough investigations for one day, because silence protects the powerful, and whistleblowers protect the rest of us. But I'm even shocked myself. I'm absolutely shocked, because it was me that wrote the first paper on the Protective Disclosures Act, called The Implementation of the Irish Protective Disclosures Act 2002, 2014 to 2018. And the most complex concept you could ever have to understand in law, if we're not a lawyer, called acts of omission. And it was full of acts of omission. And that was an act of relevant wrongdoing in the actual disclosure itself. So did anybody want that to go to court? When I had investigated all the county councils, all the government departments, the WRC, the whole lot of them, and universities, and the pattern was pretty much the same in all of them, bar and the Garda Síochána, which was a good bit ahead of the rest of them, and the central bank. Those two stood out as exceptionally thorough compared to the rest of them in terms of their procedures, in terms of investigations. The rest of them, it's very quasi-legal, and there's no oversight. If you do a protective disclosure, you go in there facing the legal teams of all the workplace, and you're there on your own. Sure, you're up against the fire as well, really. So it's absolutely, it really is. It has to be exposed. for what it is. It is unfortunate, major alleged corruption by government parties and their allies in the legal profession, allegedly.